Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now I thought today I'd just have a quick look at these Cymbidiums, which are now pleasing me very much because looking at them now I don't have any marks on the leaves. Some of the old leaves might have one or two marks on them, but we'll have a little talk about marks on leaves and brown tips on leaves and things like that. But first I'll just show you the plants. Now this is a very big plant. This had two spikes on it, one of them blasted, all the buds blasted on it, and that was cut off there, and this is the one that's left. Now I don't know whether this is unusual or not, but all the buds are a little bit spiky for some reason. And it's only growth on them. There's nothing sinister about it. You probably can't see. Oh yeah, you can see there's two nubbins sticking out there. So most of the bulbs are like that, so it looks like the petals on them are going to be a bit bumpy, but we'll see that when it comes out. But as you can see, down at the bottom where they generally get brown, some of the old leaves are a little bit pitted down at the bottom. But what I did, I sprayed with systemic fungicide a few months ago, and I continue spraying that and spraying the leaves, and they've all cleaned up now, absolutely beautiful. There's better light here on this one, but you can see under this leaf there's no marks on it. And the new growth there, not a mark on that one, and growing very, very nicely too. And I'm pleased to say all the plants are like that. There's just a little Cymbidium right there. This has got a nice new growth and it's forming a bulb. It looks a bit dark here, but nice new growth on it. And the others have as well. They get a bit different with the light shining in from the window there. I've had to bring them inside because I've nowhere else to put them really. But what I did a lot of research, quite a bit of research on brown tips and marks on Cymbidium leaves, or any orchid leaf for that matter. And what I found out is that most of the marks on the leaves are a type of fungus. So let's have a bit of talk about that. And they do get problems, as all orchids do, with underwatering and overwatering, which also causes the leaf tip burns. So we'll just have a look at that and see what I found out. Well, leaf tip burn, you know, where the edges of the leaves here become dark and one thing or another, could be underwatering or overwatering, but it is generally caused by too much salt, that's fertilizer, in the media. And regular flushing with clean water, you can put a little bit of Epsom salts into it, which will bind all the fertilizer that hasn't been used by the plant, and flush with clean water and out it goes. So that's the way to keep your media free from salts. Just flush them probably every month at least with a good clean water with a dash of Epsom salts in. Epsom salts will bind itself to the fertilizer and out it'll go when you flush them through. And when you've done all this, you can cut off the leaf tip burns. Just cut them off with a pair of scissors or whatever you've got, and but make sure you shape the end of the leaf that you cut off, not a straight cut because they look horrible on the show bench. Just shape it to the shape what the leaf should be, and it'll look much better, and people won't take notice of it. If on your orchids the leaves are getting a little bit limp and a little bit soggy, then you probably have an overwatering problem. And I find the best way to check whether you've got an overwatering or underwatering problem is to put a skewer into the plant. And if you're not sure whether you're underwatering or overwatering, you can take the skewer out. If I can find one round here somewhere. Yep, there's one down there. Here we are. And it's pushed in right down to the bottom. And if it's wet, it doesn't need watering. And if it's dry, it does need watering. That makes common sense, doesn't it? But you can tell whether it's wet, damp or dry by this method. And if you're not sure what's wet or dry, just touch it to your lips and you can feel. And this one is damp, so this one will be ready for watering in the next couple of days. So it just goes to show that if your leaf tips are burnt or brown or going black, you are underwatering or overwatering, and it shows that if you're overwatering, the leaf tips can't get rid of the excess moisture, and if you're underwatering, the leaf can't provide enough dampness to the edges of the leaves. All makes common sense really. And if you have a problem with these black tips on them, then just watch out for a yellow ring round the bottom of the dark spot going into the good part of the leaf. Then you will have a fungus problem. So that will need a good fungicide spray and the leaf cutting off and shaping in the leaf that it should be. Now a lot of people have asked me about spider mite, but spider mite, which doesn't actually cause brown or black marks on the leaves in its initial stages. It shows up underneath the leaf as a white silvery patch, which if left alone will eventually become like a sunken hollow, and in turn eventually that will go a very dark colour. And if the plant is heavily infected, it will of course the leaves to become yellow and drop off. If you notice a small yellowish spot on an orchid leaf, this is likely to be the start of a fungus, and it should be treated immediately to stop any spread to your other plants. Well, that's about all for today. I hope I've given somebody a bit of advice on what to do, and if there's anything else you'd like to know that I can help you with, please just leave a comment and I'll answer you, and I'll make a video of it. So thanks once again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.